Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, December 29th. Let's get jumping in here. I got a headache from another planet this morning, but there's work to be done, so we are here. Take a look at the futures, guys. Market, a little bit of a pump here this morning. SPY up almost about 0.5%, and the Qs are up about 0.5% as well. And at the moment, we're kind of working with the structure here, the daily squeezes. Could they potentially fire to the upside? Is this the Santa Claus rally? Certainly looking like it. Now, I'm not looking to get too aggressive here this week with new positions and, making all kinds of moves left and right. My current positions, put credit spread in Nvidia, and mainly here in Amazon, of course they benefit from the market popping a bit. So let's take a look at Amazon, guys, because up until yesterday, this has been one of the most boring swing trades you could imagine. Jumping into the weekly squeeze a few weeks ago, and nothing has happened. So we just get week after week of nothing but chop, chop, chop. This is a good lesson, though. If you're trading a weekly squeeze, let's look at the structure here of the setup. It's a good weekly squeeze. We've been holding steady and true above the weekly 21. We got our stack moving averages. That never changed. Now, it's been a boring trade. It hasn't been the most exciting. But I'm saying this, guys, where if you're taking a swing trade on a weekly time frame, you don't want to be getting shaken out from noise on a 5-minute chart. So you look at the last couple of weeks here, and now we look at, say, look at a 5-minute chart, right? Actually, that might be a little bit tough. We'll look at a 15-minute chart. And, nonetheless, guys, over the last couple of weeks swing trading this thing, look at all the noise. Look at all the crazy ups and downs, all the wild intraday swings, none of which did anything to change the structure of that weekly squeeze. But if you're the guy or the girl sitting here staring at the 5-minute, staring at the 15, there's a damn good chance you're going to get caught up in that noise and get shaken out of your position when, quite frankly, nothing has changed. So I think whenever we're taking, a setup here, and we'll use a weekly squeeze for an example, when it comes to risk management, to me, at the very, basis, or the very basics of risk management, there's just not really a reason to get rid of the position until anything changes. Obviously, we would prefer to set up to work in our favor immediately, but sometimes a little bit of patience is required. So, looking at the weekly here, guys, we do have our first yellow bar here on the histogram, so it's a good tight squeeze. The orange dots here in the Squeeze Pro telling us it's the tightest form of compression we're going to get, and now as we begin to get more and more yellow bars, it lets us know momentum slowly but surely might be shifting to the upside. The daily chart, this is where things get interesting. So, same thing here, total chop fest inside the daily squeeze. Big move here yesterday, so Amazon up almost 4%. Looking like the daily squeeze finally wants to get going. And if we look at the futures here this morning, Amazon trying to continue on its merry little way. So like yesterday morning, we look for a couple lower time frame squeezes on the indexes, both of which, once they fired long, led to some nice upside yesterday. We'll see if we can do the same thing here for Amazon. And there you have it. In the after hours, we're squeezing nice and tight here on a 30-minute time frame, and it does look like a good hour or so before the open, the squeeze could begin to fire to the upside. So, Amazon, not an exciting trade. It's been a trade that's required some patience, some discipline, and most importantly, focusing on the game plan, focusing on the structure of the time frame you're trading, and not the day-to-day noise. So I'll show you all that position now. And remember, it's a couple different put credit spreads, all of which expire in January. So we got the put credit spread for January 15th, sold the 3080s, bought the 3070s, and to me, this is a thing of beauty. When the options you sold start getting pushed nice and deep out the chain, so deep out you can't even see them, you're on to something. January 22nd, I got the same put credit spread, 3080 by 3070, and also have another one at 3120, 3110. So, at the moment, guys, this leaves me with about $9,500 of open profit. This is basically 50% of the max profit. So, heading into this morning's session, we'll see how this daily squeeze goes. We'll see if the 30-minute squeeze gives us any continuation, but I'm not going to be a total pig. If by any chance we get another day like yesterday and we get all kinds of momentum here in Amazon, I should be at, 60, 70, 80% of max profit, and I would be more than happy to take that off the table and move on to the next one. And speaking of the next one, real quick, guys, a couple of setups I'm focusing on. I like Netflix. Now, I don't so much like Netflix from a daily perspective, though we did get the pull back to the 21. We're going into a brand new squeeze, so that's interesting. But what I like about Netflix is this big old weekly squeeze here. So I'm watching that one closely for potential entries. AMD, a bit of the same thing. I love the weekly squeeze here, but the daily chart is giving me the sense that I need to be a little bit patient and see how things play out here. Now we're trying to hold above the 21. We couldn't quite do it yesterday. We're now going into day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a daily squeeze. So I love the weekly. I'm going to give the daily a little bit of time before I go jumping into AMD there. And then another one here, guys, is PLTR. So you get the IPO base here and get the explosive move out of the base. This is kind of your first break in the action. So one that I think might need a little bit of time to continue to squeeze and to continue to consolidate. But nonetheless, I love the trend here. I love that this is really the first kind of breather the stock has taken since breaking out of that IPO range. I'm definitely looking for a potential entry over the next few weeks if everything holds up here. And then yesterday, guys, I did exit my position on Snow. Plain and simple. We close under that 21. Your buddy here is jumping ship. So on a small position, it's kind of an irrelevant trade. So fortunately, all the capital's in Amazon right now, which at the moment is working out. And then for the Nvidia position, guys, again, a stock that on a daily time frame isn't doing anything, but I like the weekly squeeze here. So I do have one put credit spread for January expiration. Let's take a look at that. Nvidia, where did you go? There we go. January 29th expiration put credit spread. So we got about 31 days till expiration, and I sold the 517.5s and I bought the 512.5s as protection. Here's a game plan. As long as Nvidia is holding above that weekly 21 EMA and we're squeezing here on the weekly time frame, I'm looking to slowly but surely continue to add to that put credit spread. Looking for a move into the first 2 months of the year is a weekly squeeze can potentially fire to the upside. So that's my story. I'm sticking with it. I wish you all the best of luck today. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Peace.